dear friend. Hope you are all doing well. You are all safe, and thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for recognizing my videos. So let us move forward. As I mentioned last time, we will discuss on the roles and responsibilities of QA/QC engineers. Before discussing this QA/QC engineer and QA/QC manager, let us understand what is QA/QC stands for. Okay, and what is QA/QC engineer or department stands for. As we all know, QA and QC stands for quality assurance and quality control. When we say quality assurance and quality control, it's a combination of the process or the set of process used to measure and assure the quality of a product, and it's a control, or you can say ensuring the products and services meet the customer's needs or expectations. Now, quality assurance is a process oriented and mainly focuses on defect prevention, whereas quality control is a product oriented and focuses on defect identification and assess and solve the or corrective actions or corrections. Now, what happens recently, in very recent times, almost all construction companies have separate QA/QC department. Many people have well versed with this term by this time. But unfortunately, very few companies or very few people are well aware of exact definition of QA and QC. Oftenly, this term QA/QC gets confused between their deliverables or responsibilities. Very shortly we'll go with QA staff or QA department will be responsible to submit method statement. I am again repeating, submit the method statement after final review, not prepare. Okay, so submit the method statement, assign or identify and review the work procedures, prepare checklists and approve checklists in coordination with the site team and execution team, prepare ITP, inspection test plan, project quality plan, and many other documents to the clients to assure them that they can expect excellent quality to meet their expectation from the contractor. Whereas QC, the quality control, comes at site oriented or the work oriented, as I told you, product oriented, so that the QC team will be responsible for inspection at site, you can surveillance with respect to the ITP, approved ITP, and inspection calls, inspection works, inspection of works, and many other. The QA and QC is an indispensable part of any construction project, because it guarantees the proper quality of the material, method and execution of the activity or work, and obviously maintain guidelines of code provisions and standard to make sure work progresses according to it, according to the guidelines, according to the codal provisions, or according to the well established standard SOPs or standard procedures. In my way, in my opinion, somewhere I would like to explain the quality is this quality is the execution of task which ensure the construction is completed according to the plan, specification, on time, within the specific resource, specified or confined resources, and with safe work condition within the budgeted allocations or allocated budgets. When it gets mixed, combined efforts towards achieving it, you can say that this is a quality. But again, I would like to explain, or I would like to emphasize on my earlier videos, that quality is it fully depends on the specification or expectation of client and adhering to the standards and meeting to the benchmarks which is set by the specification or tenders requirements, right? Now, though QA QC, quality assurance and quality control, are closely related, but fundamentally they are different, as I explained you earlier. Still, many company or many people get confused or mixed with these words. So let us understand what are the roles and responsibilities of an QA QC engineer. We have already discussed about the manager. Now we will discuss about QA QC engineer in the construction industry. So primarily we will discuss about duties or roles and responsibilities of QA QC engineer. Then we will see what are the skills we require in QA QC engineers. Simultaneously we will discuss about what are the advanced skills are required in QA QC engineer. This is purely based on my experience, which I am going to share with you people. I hope that this will closely match with the standard requirement, but however it differs from company to company or contractor to contractor how they treat the QC engineers. Let me share you an example that nowadays many of my QC engineers or QC engineer viewers in this channel are messaging me that, sir, my work and my responsibilities are here been treated as a face of company for problems, crush the cubes, prepare reports, manage the batching plant, note down the batching plant vehicles in and out, check the recipes fed in batching plant whether they are okay or not, check the moisture correction, attend the meetings, prepare the MOMs for meetings, prepare method statements every day or whenever it is required, get the approval of on inspection request and works which has happened at site. So are the duties are really belong to QC engineer? So these type of questions when I get in my inbox or my personal messages, I thought, okay, let us be clear to everyone and let us try to explain what are the ideal responsibilities required to be in the QC engineer. So I just go on listing all those names. You can see in somewhere in the screen also that accountable for quality and workmanship of every activity, precise knowledge of aspects of engineering construction, related to civil, architectural and structural discipline, interfacing multidisciplinary processes. When I say multidisciplinary processes, it doesn't mean that civil and architectural as a discipline. Civil, when any drawing comes to you, you should be able to read the drawing in conjunction with MEP, HVAC or electrical. You should be able to read, understand, because the facilities or facilitation to these services will have to be provided in civil. So you should be thoroughly knowledgeable enough to understand and read these kind of drawings. Responsible for the QA/QC documents, that is certificates, test records, inspection request results. When I am pressing these results, that means inspection request will be coordinated by always site engineers, because they are closely monitoring the work. But the status of IR has to be ensured by QC engineer. Material received, site instructions or observations or defect notices given by the client, non-compliance reports and attending or addressing those non-compliances at site. Third one is determine and develop all standard SOPs for inspection and tests, that is ITP, for those activity procedures, and oversee all the testing methods and maintain the high standard of quality during the process. Review of quality of material at site and ensure compliance with all project specification and quality. Collaborate with the department for all material procurement and maintain the quality of materials. Supervise the effective implementation of all test and inspection schedule. That is, whenever you prepare ITP, when you get approved ITP, it is again your responsibility to adhere to it and sampling, testing, coordination with the client for third party testing, right? Manage to lift all type of equipment and handle with efficient storage of all hazardous material and perform quality audits as per required schedule. I am repeating this: hazardous material, storage of material. These are all mentioned in material safety data sheet, which is again a part of EHS, but as the incoming material is a complete responsibility, the quality of incoming material is a complete responsibility of a QC engineer. The storage and stacking is also an equally important part of QC engineer's roles. Manage all the work method and maintain the knowledge bank on all quality assurance standards and monitor continuous application for all quality assurance processes and recommend the corrective actions for all processes. I am repeating, recommend the corrective actions for all processes. You will not instruct as a QC engineer, you will not instruct any corrections or corrective actions. You will only recommend, because the practicability or implementation process will be very well known by the site team or a construction team. So they will propose. If they are not able to, as a subject matter expert, you can recommend them. Coordinate with the technical engineer for submission of material submittals to the consultant. List of material submission, as I mentioned in my earlier videos, list of materials or list of sources or list of vendors will be the preliminary document or one of the first document to be submitted once vendor or contractor comes on board for the contract or for a project. So the QC engineer must coordinate with the technical expert or technical engineer for preparation of this, and procurement department to endorse these sources and requirements and submit it to the client. Develop the method statement for activity including risk assessment and job safety environmental analysis and ITP inspection test plan and checklist based on specifications of project. When I say develop the method statement, it is a develop, not prepare. Preparation will be done by execution or site team, which will be reviewed and enhanced or value addition will be done, and development will be done the method statement in coordination with EHS and ITP, that is inspection test plan. And last but not the least, report to QA/QC manager, control and monitor all activities related to quality. When I say related to quality, everything in the project will be related to quality if you are totally dedicated towards the quality deliverables. So a QC engineer must be vigilant enough for each and every minor activities and major activities happening at site, and keep a vigilant eye on them to ensure that these activities are adhering to the technical specifications and requirement of customers, and the documentation used to record the inspection status or test status must be updated on regular basis. So these were the roles and responsibilities of the QA/QC engineer. What are the skills required in the QA/QC engineer in constructions? Core skills. So as the name says, excellent written and verbal communication skill should be a core skill of a QA/QC engineer. Ability to work in cross-functional team environment. QA/QC, if you are a QA/QC engineer, you cannot say that I am good in civil, I will continue in civil, I am good in mechanical, I will continue in mechanical or MEP. No, you have to work on cross-functional environment, because QA/QC is a system-based activity. It is not a technically or 100% technical based activity. It's a system, that whatever specification are you adhering to specification, right? You must have a great troubleshooting skill in you. You must have working knowledge of product development and manufacturing process or a construction process. Unless until you know the in and out of construction process of an activity, it is very difficult for you to witness, to inspect and to troubleshoot in case if required. You must have working knowledge and excellent time management skill in you. Obviously, a QC engineer should be technologically advanced, should be able to use the advanced techniques for QC or for QA for assessing the quality tools, quality issues at site using quality tools. There are some advanced skills required in addition to core skills. That is, knowledge of ISO and obviously standardization quality systems. He should have complete knowledge of. There are many societies formed in US, UK, even India. Our India has Indian Concrete Institute, ICI, right? Institution of Civil Engineers, ICE. So you should have a complete knowledge about these societies so that you can utilize them, you can effectively utilize them in your career or everyday work, because it's a knowledge bank. There are hundreds, thousands of members sharing their knowledge in those kind of society. So you can gather that knowledge, you can upgrade yourself, you can update yourself, and you can utilize that knowledge in enhancing the product, enhancing the activity. You can guide someone who's really in want of these all guidance. You should be able to verify the contractor quality requirements. You should be able to provide him your specification or your contractor specification and make him effectively understand the requirement, because ultimately he will be doing the work at site. So it's very important for him to get the work done. He should have a knowledge of monitoring the non-compliance corrective actions and corrections. And since he will have a troubleshooting skills, he will be able to recommend a correct or acceptable corrective action and corrections for non-compliances raised. He should be knowledgeable enough to monitor the progress, not contribute. Monitor the progress and effectiveness of quality management system implementation for the project. And he should be able to recommend and implement the improvements whenever asked or whenever required. He should be with a good communication skill, so that he can conduct various trainings to blue collar staff or blue collar workers at site, to make them understand with the correct working procedure or a good working procedure, and parallelly effective implementation of QMS in all the respects. He should be reporting to the QC manager, and already I have mentioned what are the roles and responsibilities of QC manager or QA/QC manager. And definitely QA/QC manager should utilize these effective QC managers, QC engineers or QA engineers to achieve the organizational quality goal. And altogether, a quality department will succeed in achieving the quality goals of organization. That's all for today. I really appreciate your patience to listen my videos for such a long time. I really am not interested, or I don't feel to have a very long video, but believe me, whatever I am sharing with you with my slow pace of talk is make you understand the industrial standards and good working process. I hope you like this video also. Please do comment in below comment box. Meet you soon with new chapters, with new knowledge. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.